Okay. Hi there, my name is Bingham. I'm the owner of Momentum Grooming here on Burrard Street. I'm just going to talk to you a little bit today about shaving best practices. Seems to be one of those things that men always have to do, but nobody's ever taught them how to do it. So we're just going to go over a few of the basics to ensure perfect shave every time, comfortable, no nicks, no cuts, no ingrown hairs. One of the key things always is in preparation, and that's one of the areas that people lack the most. We're really quick in the morning, slam on some Gillette foam and away you go. This tends to cause more problem than it helps. So preparation is always number one. First thing you always want to do is make sure your face is nice and wet with warm water. Whether you shave in the shower, shave before the shower, or after the shower, the key thing is getting hot water on your face. Hot water is going to absorb into the whiskers and thereby weaken them. You can do this just with your hands or a nice hot steaming towel, run it under the tap and just put it on your face, hold it there for about a minute, pull it off and you're ready to go with the lather. Some people will also use a Badger shaving brush. This is an old tool that is finding its way back into many people's shaving repertoire. The Badger is chosen because it has fibers that are very similar to human hair, whereas it absorbs water. So if you run that under the hot water tap, it just loads up with nice warm water. You apply that to a good shaving cream and then lather your face. The water is released from the bristles and it's infused into the lather, creating a warm lather. By moving the brush around in a circular motion, you're bringing that warm lather to your face, and that relaxes the face and opens up the pores and allows the whiskers to stand nice and straight, while also importing the water into the whiskers and making them easier to shave. So again, if you put a little more time into the preparation, whether it's with just your hands or with a good quality Badger brush, the next step is always going to be much easier. When it comes to razors and shaving tools, most people will run for the Gillette Mach 3s or the Fusions or this and that. Those blades are good for some, not always good for others, and as we all know, they cost a fortune. The good old-fashioned double-edged safety razor is a gentleman's true friend. This razor has been around for hundreds of years. It's never changed. They are very simple to use and employ a real razor blade. With the razor blade, it extends just gently out of each side, hence the double-edged safety razor. You hold this tool at about a 30-degree angle and you just shave with nice, clean, short strokes, rinsing well. You're gonna find a very different shave with this. Instead of those multiple blades, each pulling your hair out further and swapping them down, this just takes it whack right off. Do a couple of passes and you've got a clean, close shave, and you've only used one blade across twice instead of 3 or 5 a couple of times. So right there you're going to reduce the incidence of razor burn, ingrown hairs, overshaving, this kind of thing. It takes a little bit of getting used to it. You want to go nice and slow the first couple of times, but you'll find that it gives you a really excellent shave. Now when we're talking about the actual shaving methods, this is where a lot of guys go wrong as well. One thing you really got to do is learn the direction of hair growth on your face. And I know from the shop, people say it grows in all different directions, and that's true. It does grow in all different directions. But you got to understand what direction is primary. For most guys, using a north-south or from top to bottom works the best. Your hair usually lies flat along the cheeks, and then when it comes under the chin, it's going to go down some way, and then it's going to come up to a certain degree. In other cases, they're going to go diagonal. The key thing is to find out where the bulk of it is, and then use your razor in the exact same direction of hair growth. If you do this, you're going to find that it's a much closer, easier shave. You may initially find that it's a little rough, but further practice, especially with the safety razor, will solve that problem every time. By going against the grain, which many people will do, and a lot of shaving commercials show, like that, you're actually taking the whisker and you're pulling it up against the hair follicle. What this does is it causes tiny micro tears in the hair follicle, and those start to swell up. When they swell up, you get the red bumps, and when that's swollen, the whisker tries to grow back out, it gets impeded, and so it gets stuck in and it curves around and becomes an ingrown hair. That's the primary cause of ingrown hairs. So if you can at all avoid it, don't go against the grain. First pass, always with. Second pass, go across. If you want to get a little closer, you can always go across. It's much easier. And you know, sometimes you want to sacrifice a super close shave for a clean and healthy neck. It's just much more comfortable. So that's the safety razor. Some guys will go all the way to a straight razor. This is for the tried and true. You really gotta be patient and learn the rules for this one, but there is no better shave than a straight razor. If you wanna know how to use a straight razor, come on in here and we can help you out with that. But this one takes a lot of maintenance. You gotta strop it and hone it, and it's really, it's a commitment, both in learning as well as using them, but it's the ultimate in shaving. With the safety razor, the razors start $40. Blades are only $8 for a package of 10. So when you compare that over to the Mach 3s and the Fusions and whatnot, you see that it's much, much less expensive, and you ultimately get a much better shave. Final steps after you've finished your shave, you want to rinse off, make sure there's no residual soap left on your face, and splash your face with cool water. Cool water is going to close down those pores again. It's going to finish off the face. Now you've got a freshly shaved skin. You really got to protect it. Put a good quality aftershave on. A lot of guys think of aftershaves as the aqua velva, that horrible splash, that sting. Should never sting when you put on an aftershave. So think of an aftershave balm. Something that is going to cool down the face, close the pores, seal the skin, and protect it and rehydrate it from the shaving process. This is going to make the skin nice and comfortable. It's going to allow the whiskers to come back out unimpeded, and it just does the final touch on the shave. And you're going to have a perfect shave every time.